Hello, everyone. Today is January 21st, 2026. It's like 12:30 in the morning, and I just had this dream that was pretty profound. And so I feel very, very compelled to document this, to record this, because I feel like it's important, because I feel like the Lord wants to communicate a message to you through me. And yeah, it's important. So I want to share it. Yes, I look awful because I was sleeping, but it's okay. Okay, I don't need makeup on. It's fine. So I just fallen asleep um, before. Anyway, I was only asleep for like 45 minutes, maybe an hour ish before this happened. Um, One important thing I want to mention is that um, right before I left work tonight, I was on my laptop doing my notes right before I left, and my right foot, the top of my right foot was hurting. It had a lot of pain, like it was stinging, like a needly electrical sensation on the top of my foot. And it got worse as I drove home, and I actually had to switch feet. I had to drive my left foot. It was really bad. I had to take my shoe off as soon as I pulled into the garage. It was very painful, and I was rebuking the devil and doing warfare over this. It was very painful, but it didn't last. So there's that, and you'll understand why I'm telling you that when I share this with you. So in my dream, I was driving, and I was in the car, and I was with my daughter and my ex-husband, and for some reason we were doing drop off or pick up with her, something like that, and we decided to go to the movies because Melina wanted to go to the movies. So we drove to the movie parking lot, and this parking lot was very large, very, very large, and there was cars of all different kinds of cars, big trucks, small trucks, cars, regular cars, everything. And it was sort of like Ronnie's, kind of like the Ronnie's Cine parking lot, only it was bigger. So it was raining, and I remember we parked, and it was raining pretty hard, and they got out of the car, and I was on the passenger side, and I had went to get out, and I had one foot in my car, and the other, my right foot, was outside the car. And I looked at, first I noticed was my foot. So my right foot had no shoe on, or it had a different shoe on than my left foot. When I had my left foot, that was very strange. So that was like, oh wait, that's not going to work. I have to change my shoe. So I remember looking in the back seat. I had a couple of pairs of shoes to change and switch the shoe out. And then when I looked down at the ground to get out, I said, well, look at the water. I noticed there was water inside the car, and then it was like flooding, and then there was water outside of the car as well. And I said to them, I said, look at the water. The water inside the car is almost as it is outside the car. And I was like, that's not safe. So, and they were standing there outside the car, and I was like, well, get back in the car. So they got back in the car, and we were sitting there. We were deciding what to do, and it was raining really hard. And all of a sudden, it was like the water it was like raising up, and it was like what felt like to me, it was like, it felt like the water around us was flooding, but it also felt like the earth itself was shifting. It was moving. It's like it was the core of the earth was expanding. And then, like, the water rising was like a byproduct of that. I hope that makes sense. It sounds strange, but all I know is what I felt and what I saw. So it felt, and it felt like from inside of me, it felt like the earth, the core of the earth was expanding and growing and like, and things were moving. It was starting to like move, like the whole earth was moving. And then because of that, the floodwaters were moving. And then the sound that I heard like the sound of a ship, like a big ship, like when it moves, when the engine is, the sound like under the water when the engine is moving, like that, like a really deep sound. I heard that, and it sounded like the ship was coming from underneath the water and rising to the surface, I think is how I can describe it, almost like a submarine or something. And so fear was starting to rise in me. Obviously, as I'm seeing all this happen, things are moving around us and slowly but surely. And I was like, what do we do? And I said, everybody pray. I just screamed, everybody pray. And so I started praying in the spirit, praying in tongues, and I just kind of lost focus of what they were doing because I wanted to focus on what the Holy Spirit wanted to tell me. Then I woke up. So then I go to my online Bible, my YouVersion, and I typed in right foot, because that's what I do. That's how God speaks to me. And he showed me Revelation 10. And my mind is pretty blown right now, and I might get emotional because I don't know what God's going to speak, but I think he's going to prophesy. I don't know, but here it goes. Revelation 10. Here, I'm reading in my Bible. I think this is NIV. This is my Bible my dad got me when I was first saved. So it's special to me. Okay. The little scroll is what the chapter 10, Revelation 10:1. Then I saw another mighty angel coming down from heaven. He was robed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head. His face was like the sun, and his legs were like fiery pillars. He was holding a little scroll, which lay open in his hand. He planted his right foot on the sea and then his left foot on the land. Verse 3, and he gave a loud shout like a roar of a lion. When he shouted, the voices of the seven thunders spoke. Verse 4, and when the seven thunders spoke, I was about to write, but I heard a voice from heaven say, seal up what the seven thunders have said, and do not write it down. Do not write it down. Verse 5, Then the angel I had seen standing on the sea and on the land raised his right hand to heaven, and he swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created the heavens and all that is in them, the earth and all that is in it, and the sea and all that is in it. And he said, there will be no more delay. Wow. There will be no more delay. But in the days when the seventh angel is about to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be accomplished. Just as he has announced to his servants, the prophets. Then the voice that I heard from heaven spoke to me once more. Go, take the scroll that lies open in the hand of the angel who is standing on the sea and on the land. So I went to the angel and asked him to give me the little scroll and he said to me, take it and eat it. It will turn your stomach sour, but in your mouth it will be as sweet as honey. I took the little scroll from the angel's hand and I ate it. It tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. But when I had eaten it, my stomach turned sour. Then I was told, you must prophesy again about many peoples, nations, languages, and kings. Maybe this is for me. I don't know. Maybe it's for you, but I know about the giftings that God's given me. And I know that he gives me dreams and he gives me words and he gives me visions and I can see things in the spirit. And I just think this is a now word. And I think that the time is very short. And I think that it is imperative that we keep our oil, help me, Holy Spirit, our lamps full of oil, and we focus on Jesus and we focus on our bridegroom and listening to him and being obedient to him and doing what he tells us to do at every moment of every day, every moment. It is imperative right now because he is coming. The time is short. He just told me, what does it say? Verse 6, there will be no more delay. Let me show it to you. There will be no more. Can you see that? No more delay. That's what it says. No more delay. So that's a word for you. It's a word for me. We need to share the love of Jesus with everybody we come into contact with because he's coming soon. He will not delay.